Morning all, Paz here, and I'm here to chuck a line and some pots off Bicton Baths Jetty.
This wasn't my original plan. I was going to hit Applecross or Point Walter. The problem was the wind. The forecast wasn't looking good. I thought about toughing it out, or even staying home. However, I eventually made the decision to go around the bend to Bicton Baths Jetty, and I'm so glad I did. This week's snapshot: drop some pots and chuck some plastics around the sheltered waters of Bicton, and try to nab something, anything. I'll put it to rest right here. My crab pots pulled up absolutely nothing. That's okay, I prefer to scoop my crustaceans anyway. The real story of this vid was in the fishing.
And while we wait, chuck around the old placky until it gets too blowy and festive for plackies. Then I'll switch to a vibe. Now, it's a falling tide, so I'm not hopeful of too much, but gives me something to do on a Sunday morning.
My usual technique: cast out at likely weed patches struck through with sandy channels. Retrieve with a series of hops, twitches and pauses. Rinse and repeat.
God. It's not even 5 o'clock and already those flies have started up. Interesting day today. It's supposed to be bloody warm, but also a bit of a thunderstorm later on, so they say. Alright, well, unless I catch something, I'll turn you back on when I pull the pots in. Well, that was about 30 seconds after the other one. How's that? Smashed. He's in the side of his mouth too. Okay. Okay, gotta try the old lift. 3, 2, 1, up. Haha, yes. Love it when a plan comes together. Quite a chunky fella too. Yes. Bang. All right. That did not take long at all.
38 centimetres. Respectable. And quick. That was only about 5 minutes into the session. The Crush City Creeper is certainly earning its keep. It was released to fight another day. There you go.
Well, that was cool. No fro in the leader. What's good about using the snap swivels? I'm changing quickly to vibes and stuff like that, but the leader stays untouched. That was very cool.
I resumed casting, methodically working my way around the jetty.
Almost time for the first pot check. I figure I've got maybe 4 rounds of checking the pot before it gets busy enough that I should probably pack up. As much as I enjoy fishing and that, I don't really like to get in people's way either. This is a pretty heavily used public jetty, and while it's fantastic to fish when you're the only one here, we've got members of the public walking by and everything like that. I don't really want to be in their way. On the way I figure it, the river is easily big enough for everyone. There's no need to stake your claim on certain areas and everything like that, and particularly seeing as I tend to fish the more populated areas, it comes down to time. As always, I don't have the time to go traipsing around trying to find the old secluded spots and everything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a few, but they're better safe for the days where I actually have the time, where I can spend a fair bit fishing or crabbing in that area. Of course, I've got the kayak as well. We got something. I don't know what it is. I have very loose drag. It's not big. That's flat. It's a flatty. It's a little flatty, and it's getting done by blowies. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, that's 2. And of course, I was off camera. There you go. Nice little flatty. This might be the first undersized flatty I've caught this season. Definitely not 30. Now, we got to be careful, because these are the ones that spike you. And if I do get spiked, I'm going to give you a front row seat, so you can thank me later. Oh, I'm going to get the flatty thumb. I know it. But I am getting close to those spikes. Ha 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 ha, yes. Bing, there we are. He's tiny little fella, but still counts. Ow, 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 ow. Alright. See you later, buddy. Gone. Awesome. 2 flatties and I haven't even checked the crab pots yet. How good is that?
Undersized, but still counts.
The old Crush City Creeper is doing extraordinarily well this morning. I was going to switch to a Vibe, but don't feel the need now. I'm reeling in from deeper water. I'm standing on a jetty, or something along those lines. I will often change the way I hop, or I rip the rod. So I'll do a couple of hops like this to get her off the bottom, and then I'll also do a couple of lower ones like that to get it zipping along the bottom. Something a bit different, because sometimes if I get a bit overzealous, or I'm distracted, or I'm frustrated or something like that, those hops might go a tiny bit too high. I know some fish will leave the bottom to get it, but I figure mixing it up between the two gives you the best chance of hooking something. Everyone's got their own technique. I suppose the only advice I would give would be try not to become too rhythmic. Change it up every now and then, and when you're going for flatfish, throw in a pause. I'm doing it automatically because I have to stop every few cranks to wipe off these bloody flies, but often they'll hit on the pause or that first little jerk after a pause. Would have been really nice if I hooked up just then, just to prove myself right, but unfortunately that's not the way the world works. Alright, I'm going to conserve battery power. Forget something, you'll be the first to know.
I kept that up, pausing periodically to check my perpetually empty crab pots. As I did, I thanked the fishing gods that my decision to come here instead of my original locations had paid off.
But to be honest, I was really struggling to get the motivation to come down today. I woke up at 3:45 or whatever it was and checked the wind, and it was absolutely howling outside. And when the wind is like that, you really don't want to get up and go stand on a jetty. So instead of my plans to go to one of the other jetties in the middle part of the Swan, I decided to come here because the wind's coming that way. We've got a bloody great hill here to block it, which means it's a lot more pleasant. And now that I'm here, as you always do, I'm bloody glad I did get out of bed. I'm sure later on when my eyes are falling out of my head, I'm doing stuff with the kids, trying to keep up with them, I'll have a slightly different opinion. But realistically, I mean, come on. Look at this. The swan in summer is mornings like this. No better place to be.
Then, something weird happened.
Got something right next to the jetty. Ooh, he's not a bad one either. Shaking away. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey. We are done again.
A blast from the past. Well, the recent past.
Not the same one, is he? If he's 38, he might be the same one. You know what? I think he might be the same one I caught earlier. Oh. You like your bloodworm, don't you? Back again. Oop, 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 oop. Okay. Little hook too. Oh. Okay. There we are. There we are. Beautiful. Right, off you go, buddy. Must be healthy if we're going after him again and again. Going to change from the Creeper to a Nomad Live Ops diesel minnow. I know the reason it looks like a lot of the other bait fish that are mucking about. Plus I can also, if a school tailor or something comes along, I can adjust my retrieve fairly easily. There we are. Probably get the tail bitten off pretty quick, but casts like a bullet too.
Different plastic, same result.
One again. Oh, this one's giving a bit of sting. It's probably the same one. He's just getting a bit frustrated that he's being caught. Sorry, mate. That's not a bad one. It's a bit bigger than the other one. I think. Definitely a bit bigger through the head. Yeah, 41 this one.
A slightly bigger model. Weirdly, the tail of the minnow had been bitten off. Was it lost in the flatty strike, or had the blowies nipped it and the flatfish hit it anyway? Interesting thought. With a few fish on this session so far, I thought it might be time for a bit of a laugh.
You know what? Gotta have a go at this as a joke.
This flathead shaped soft plastic was something I tried last year as a joke, but to my surprise, it caught fish. And more than a few. I'm still not sure if it's standing in my lure collection. Part gimmick, part weapon.
Catch something on this, we're well and truly up and about.
Either way, now was as good a time as any to try it out. But before that...
Every fisho's got that one thing that they forget, that they leave in the car constantly. Could be a landing net, could be your spare lure or tackle. For me, it's my bloody sunnies. They live in the car for convenience, but it's not very convenient if you leave them in the bloody car when you need them. I'm going nuts. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's off. Oh, he's off. That's all right. Can't win them all. An outlook that is very influenced by the fact that I've already landed a few.
Bugger. Well, it was bound to happen at some point. If anything, I was surprised it hadn't happened sooner, given my previous track record. As the clock ticked past 6:30, I stopped to have a chat about the absence of a particular rod.
You may notice I'm not using my Veritas, previously known as the cursed rod. There is a reason for that, and I do intend to keep using it. I haven't gotten frustrated and snapped it yet, but I got a new reel, 3000 reel, and I've got it spooled with that Kazura braid. I've decided to give it a try, and the line is really thin, feels pretty good, spooled really well. It's a significantly higher poundage than I usually use. Okay, that sounds really bad. I'll just say it's heavier line than I usually use. It's either 12 or 18 pound, I can't remember which one, but it's right at home on the 3000 reel. Casts well, and as you've seen, it's got me a few fish. I'm using 8 pound leader. I usually go 6 pound, but confidence was a bit shot after dropping so many fish at the start of the season, so I've buffed up a little bit. But yeah, enjoying using the Kazura. Figures. Oh no, they go around there. Fish. Thought it was weird for a sec. Alright. Yep, tastier too. Flathead. Yeah, lovely. Tell you what, this guy's 38. I'm gonna laugh. He's a bit lighter. Nah, he's not 38. I'm calling 35 maybe. $36.
Gotta say, it felt good to catch several fish in a session, after the 1s and 2s I've been stuck with recently. There's a lot to be said about tweaking your plans when the weather's not playing ball, and I'm glad I did. Snapshot complete.
Alright, I think that's going to do me here. Nothing on the crabs, but that's okay. I just really wanted to clear my freezer anyway. Get out for a couple of scooping sessions as we go. But the flatties, best flatty session I've had in a while off a jetty. Really enjoyed myself. Any plastic I used was smashed. Just one of those magic mornings. Considering it's supposed to be blowing a gale and it's supposed to end up being 39, 40 odd degrees, I'll cod that every day of the week. So I'm going to pack up. If I feel like it, I might just swing by Point Walter and see if the wind was an exaggeration or not. Well, this is a bit different. Pretty sheltered. Bicton. It's blowing its absolute bum off here at Point Walter. If not, thanks for coming along. It's been a fantastic session. This is Paz saying fair winds, tight lines. See you in the next one. Cheers.